For these 7.3 solutions of trigonometric equations, we are going to solve equation involving this equations and ends up on example 9, question number 1. Okay, for this equation with a single trigonometric functions, we are going to solve these equations using the acronym LARCA. So let us know what is the first L represents. This represents for the linear function. Okay, what is linear function then? Okay, so the function that we have must be in terms of like this. For example, like sine theta equal to 1/2, cos theta equal to negative, for example like this. A is represent for the acute angle, or you call it basic angle, okay, which is alpha, and this alpha is between 90 to the 0, and here we know that alpha is always positive number, and R stands for range. Range basically is given by the equation, so you just read questions carefully. It can be this one, it can be equal here or not, depends on the question. It can be in terms of radian. So like this, it can be 0 to 2 theta. This will multiply by 2, got 720. Okay, this in terms of radian will be 4 pi. For example, it's just example of what is range. And Q stand for quadrant. Let's say we have here, we already know this is the quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, and quadrant 4, and we know that at this here will be all positive, only sine positive, or here will be tangent positive, and here will be cos positive, or we can say that all science teacher cute. And we know that alpha can be here, or can be here, or here, or here, either these 4. So this is for the reference. We need to know the quadrant, which quadrant. Okay, which quadrant for Q. And A finally is for the answer. For example, like theta is equal to what? To what? Okay, or example, you have 2 theta equal to what? Equal to what? But this is not the final answer. You need to find what is theta. Divided by 2. Divided by 2. Example. Okay, now we on example 9. We are going to practice the using of the LARCA. Okay, first L represent linear, so we can see from this question is already in linear state, so we just copy as the first step. Copy the question as is for the first step. And this one, A, forgot to say, this is how to find the alpha. I already told you A is alpha, but then I don't know, I didn't tell you how to find alpha. Here alpha is just inverse of the sine or arc sine 1/2. Okay, you just take everything here positive. Everything must be positive. Okay, inside the bracket must be positive. So using calculator you already get 30 degree. And proceed to the R, which range is must be given by the equations, which is this one, that one. Okay, so we write it again here. So it's theta 360 greater than 0. So because it's theta, so it's theta here. If here is 2 theta, you must multiply this whole thing with 2 theta, and your range will having 2 theta here. For step Q, okay, is for the quadrant, and we find the range first. Is 0 to 360, so 0 is start here, and it will move in a circle, and it will finish here too. Okay, let's say I have in red pen, I have start here 0, and I move in one circle. Okay, so that's for the range, and we need to know the alpha. Okay, before we know to know the alpha, we need to know sine. This whole thing is equal to what? Which is positive half. So that means sine is positive, and we know sine positive, we say all sines teacher cute. So positive sign here and here. So we have our alpha is second quadrant and the first quadrant only. So we ignore this part. We ignore. We don't want to know whatever happened here. Okay, so we focus here. Focusing here only. The second quadrant and the first quadrant. So this means your final answer must have 2 values. Okay, so as a checklist for you, for your final answer. Let's say you have 2 circle, 2 dot here, but then your final answer have only 1. So that means you are wrong. Or you have 2 here, but then your final answer have 3. So then you are wrong. It must, if you have 2 dot here, so the final answer must be 2 answers only. Okay, so we got that. So then we need to know how to find this value then. So we know that in the first quadrant, everything will be plus alpha. So it start here, isn't it? It start here. So this one from 0 will be plus alpha, because this is the alpha. Okay, the value of alpha. And we know for the second quadrant, this will be 180. For this value is 180 minus alpha for the second quadrant. Is the basically the formula. Okay, so lastly, you know your answer is theta is equal to, so for the first part is 0 plus alpha. You can skip this step once you dah master. And the second quadrant is 180 minus alpha, so which is your alpha is 30. So 0 plus 30 is 30. 180 minus 30 will be 150. Bear in mind, your alpha is this one. This is this. Okay. So this will be your final answer. Okay, we try second questions. For L, linear, which is tangent theta equal to 1 over square root. Okay, for the alpha is equal to inverse sine. Bear in mind, this inside the bracket must be only positive value. Okay, only positive. Although it's negative here, you take only the positive. Ignore the negative first. So the range, same, theta 360. Oh, sorry, my bad, because we already have equal here, so must be equal. Okay, and this quadrant, okay, we have same 0 to 360. Here would be 180, and start here, move in a circle and stop here. And then because tangent, we know the whole tangent is equal to positive. This value is positive. So all sines teacher cute. So it's positive here and it's positive here. So we have this and this. Okay, ignore here, ignore. So we have the first dot and the second dot. Okay, you will get your two answer too. So A theta equal to, this one is 0 plus alpha, and here 180 plus alpha, because this is in the third quadrant. That's the formula for that. So we have 0 plus alpha, 180 plus alpha, which is equal to 0 plus alpha. Your alpha is 30, so 30. And this 180 plus 30 will be 210. Okay, so let's us highlight this alpha so that you know. Okay, so you got that. So that's all for this one, because you have two dot and you have to answer that. It's a checklist. And for this one, you are going to DIY on your own. I believe you can do it. You can try first. Don't give up. Just follow step by step. So the answer is 30 and 300 degree. Okay, wish you luck.